Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. Hope everyone's having a great day today. So we're going to be talking about this upcoming winter system that's currently going on, currently across bits of the Midwest. So we'll talk about that coming up. Alright, so guys, for today's question of the day, I'm wanting to know, what is the craziest weather scenario you've ever been in? Leave it down in the comments below and I just might heart your comment. But anyways, guys, we are trying to reach 200 subscribers by the end of January, so if you're not already, hit the subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alrighty guys, so we're taking a look at the radar view in terms of what is currently going on across the nation. So boy, do we have a mess currently going on across bits of the Midwest here and through bits of the Central Plains. Currently seeing the snowstorm. It's already starting to impact the region. It just now went through bits of the Dakotas last night. Now it's through bits of the Midwest, so continue to track itself down to the south. Kind of slowed down after getting a kick of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. Kind of eventually taking an easterly track and basically back up to the northeast, across bits of the Mid-Atlantic and into the northeast down the line. So now we're taking a look at the previous radar in terms of what has already occurred across the nation, especially from yesterday, as we did see the birth of this winter system take place. You can currently see it tracking its way down to the south, with a lot of moisture really starting to be kicked up across bits of the Central Plains here and through bits of the Midwest here. This is only expected to track down further south, kind of slowing down, taking a northeasterly approach like I just said. But in terms of that, that's currently what we're seeing with. A lot of precipitation, a lot of moisture is currently in the system, which only allows for the potential of some serious snowfall across these regions. Now, like I said, once this hits the Gulf of Mexico, we're going to get an amplified effect in terms of a lot more moisture, a lot more precipitation for the storm. And now we're taking a look here in the future in terms of what this is expected to do here down the line. So currently we do have the snow that's currently falling across the Midwest. We actually did take a look at the radar view for that. Take a look at this. Across bits of the Southern Plains, we have this area of low pressure. As all this moisture kind of converges near this area of low pressure, we'll start to get some advection going on. All that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico is set to start ramping up into the system, allowing for a lot more moisture. So this is for kind of around the afternoon hours here on the 15th, or aka tomorrow. Some snow falling across bits of Arkansas with that cold air really diving in behind it. Now take a look at this. Look at this mean cold front across bits of Florida. We are expecting some severe weather across bits of the Florida region here. We'll get into that here in a moment. But guys, then we track down in through bits of the 16th. Across those afternoon hours, we'll start to see some snow kind of move its way in through bits of the Mid-Atlantic view, and then eventually up into the northeast down the line. And now comes the models. We're taking a look at the GFS model, also known as your long-range American model. So across bits of the Midwest, we currently are seeing that snowfall across the region as we were seeing on the radar view. So we do track down in time. We get this kick of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico kind of here for the 16th around those early hours. Eventually track its way to the northeast across bits of the Mid-Atlantic view into bits of the Tennessee Valley and eventually in the Ohio Valley kind of around the afternoon hours here on the 16th. Track its way up through bits of the northeast here on the 17th and kind of fully exiting the country here on the 18th. So how much are we expecting? Well, according to your GFS model, quite a bit across bits of the Midwest, kind of stalling down into bits of the southeast here, the Mid-Atlantic view. Potentially some areas open over a foot, especially near the Buffalo area here. It's been a lot of agreement in terms of maybe over, well over a foot of snow across some of these areas here. Across bits of the Mid-Atlantic region, it would not be surprising if we did see some areas that got above a foot as well. Now, in terms of bits of, northeastern portions here of Missouri, maybe up to 6 to 10 inches, but locally higher amounts being possible, kind of across this blue shaded area 3 to 5, and this light blue shaded area kind of 1 to 3. But that's not all. We actually do have a pretty large ice threat across bits of the Carolinas here, basically across these regions here. Potentially over an inch of ice is expected across bits of the border here between North Carolina and South Carolina. So guys, we definitely have the threat for ice accumulation as well. Now guys, an inch of ice is catastrophic. Basically what happens with this, you get a bunch of rain that kind of accumulates here on different objects, and it freezes here because the surface is still below freezing, which allows for, a lot of heavy ice, icicles to form. Also a lot of, icicles start to form on, power lines, which allows for the potential of some power outages to occur across the region. So guys, not only is snow a concern, but ice is as well. And now we're talking about your European model. So as we do track down in time here, we do have some snow that starts to accumulate across the region. So overall, the picture is quite clear in terms of what we are expecting across some of these regions. So areas across the northeast, as we were seeing in the GFS model, areas near Buffalo, potentially well over a foot being possible. Across the Mid-Atlantic view, potentially some instances over a foot. Kind of the same thing across near the Tennessee Valley here. But regardless, a lot of these models are in agreement. However, there is a slight bit of disagreement across bits of the southern Midwest here, kind of showing a little bit less snow in terms of what your GFS model had to say. And now, guys, take a look at this. So this is your European model in regards to your freezing rain accumulation. So this model actually shows us being a lot more powerful, a lot more aggressive in terms of things. Well over an inch across the border here of North Carolina into South Carolina here, looking quite bad. This ice does accumulate through bits of central portions here of North Carolina into south central portions here of Virginia, and even some bits across bits of West Virginia. Although, you know, honestly, I do kind of believe across West Virginia you are well enough into that cold air, so honestly, you'll probably be seeing more snow than anything. Alrighty, so now we're taking a look here at the Storm Prediction Center outlook in terms of your thunderstorm forecast coming up for the coastal areas here of Florida. You know, areas such as the Panhandle into the western portions here of Florida, you do have a marginal risk for severe weather. Now, in terms of tornadoes, we actually do have a 2% chance of seeing tornadoes across these areas here in green, followed by damaging winds 60 miles per hour more across the area here in brown with a 5% chance. Now, in terms of hail, we're not expecting much at all. Then we do move into your day 3 convective outlook. We actually do have a marginal risk of severe weather across the western portions here of Florida still, basically showing that tornadoes and damaging winds might be a threat. Alright, so guys, we're taking a look at the National Weather Service hazards, but we're not going to go over everything in this video, just the winter weather side of things. So, kind of across this blue shaded area here, basically across bits the Tennessee Valley into the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast, we do have some winter storm watches in effect, basically showing that winter storm warnings down the line might be needed as we are expecting winter weather to occur across the region. Now, in terms of that, we actually do have some winter storm warnings in effect across these pink shaded areas, showing that winter weather is imminent and you should take action based off of these warnings. Now we actually do have a winter weather advisory in effect kind of across this blue shaded area, kind of this purple shaded area here, showing that some impacts of winter weather is expected. Now guys, let's go and take a look here at the photo of the day, and let's see what we're dealing with in terms of that. Alright guys, so we're taking a look at the photo of the day. This one goes to my man Andre again for taking this beautiful shot here of a shelf cloud. So congratulations on being selected for today's video. Now guys, if you would like the potential in being in one of our future videos, I'll leave our Discord down in the description below. You guys can join up for the potential. You actually might make it in one of our future episodes. But anyways guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. We are trying to reach 200 subscribers by the end of January, so if you're not already, hit that subscribe button. That'll be greatly appreciated. But anyways guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.